Welcome to another edition of the Tom Brand One. I hope everything's going well for you guys. And Tom Brand One, man, the goal of this channel is to either make you laugh or to put you to sleep. I just want to kind of do a topic here. I guess reminisce on things that are becoming obsolete or that have already become obsolete, disappeared, or the verge of being extinct from our society. And I really would want to bring those things back. Let me put better lighting. And just going down memory lane. And with these things coming back, they can't be extinct. Them coming back would make our lives so much better. First thing that comes to mind, I'm 35 years old. Growing up in New York, I don't know if you guys heard this game, but it's a game that kind of started in Brooklyn, or that's where it says is the origin. It's like a Brooklyn, New York game. And it's called Scully, or Skelzies. I see a lot of kids nowadays, and maybe let me rephrase that. I don't see a lot of kids playing outside no more. Gone are the days where kids are playing outside, playing catch, playing football, just hanging out outside now, because of the way times are. And because it's a scary fucking world out there. A lot of kids don't play outside. Rather, they go to school, come back, and all they do is just, hang out on their phones, iPhones and smartphones. How scary is it that kids are using 10-year-olds using iPhones and smartphones? My goddaughter, 5 years old, 6 years old, using an iPad. I would never imagine that, but it's common. That's what a lot of kids do. They know how to use that iPad better than some of us as, parents do. But, it's a different time now. But I remember Skelzies. This game needs to come back. I think if kids knew about this game, they would constantly play it. And if you're not familiar with Skelzies, it's 13 boxes. And you have like S around as well. The whole point of this game is played with 2 or 3 people. You use bottle caps. And back then, man, when I was playing this game, you took pride in how your bottle cap look. You kind of made it all nice for the game. And the whole point basically is to be the first one to go around 13 squares. Use bottle caps, flick it to go from box to box to box to box. And you put your Skelzy board. Back then we used to put it on the sidewalk or like in the playground, because we as kids were able to go to playgrounds and not think anything of it, because there weren't as many creeps as there are now. But Skelzies, man, first player to 13 boxes, and there are more rules to it. It was a very good game. It's a cool game, and you're trying to knock other people's bottle cap out, and it's just a fun game, man. That game is on the verge of extinction. I don't see anyone playing it. It needs to come back. It needs to stay where it is for the kids. As well, too, remember the seesaw? If you ever go to a playground, you don't see seesaws no more. They're on the verge of pretty much being out. Now in playgrounds nowadays, all you see is like pretty much just monkey bars and swings and like skate parks within the park. You don't see seesaws, man. I remember we'd go on that seesaw, and if you were the heavier kid, and on the other end of that seesaw was a light kid, poof, when it was their turn to go up, that kid would go flying. And it was funny. If you were a heavier kid and you had a light kid, man, after you sent that kid flying up in the air, and it's his turn to come down, he's all upset because he went so high up. Oh no, it's scary. And he comes down. You being the heavier kid, you knew you weren't going up in the air, and you'd laugh. Ha ha. Now it's my turn again, and then that kid goes flying. Seesaws, man. Seesaws was so much fun. You don't see them in playgrounds no more. As a kid, too, I remember, probably remember this, too, if you're around my age. As a kid, I remember we used to have tapes. Tape recorder. Tape recorder is becoming obsolete or extinct. Nowadays, if you try to find a radio with a tape recorder, you're going to be looking for that thing long and hard. Nowadays, it's all just, CDs. And even at this point, do people even use CDs on the radio? It probably comes with like an iPod deck. But I remember tapes. Tapes were so cool because, especially the tapes I'm talking about, is the rewritable, like the tapes where we put the tape in the tape deck, you put your radio on, and it had that little record button, and your favorite song came on, and you were able to record that song. And then what you would do, you play that song over and over again. It saved you from having to buy the actual tape at the store. Because let's face it, there's certain songs certain bands that you hear, and you only like one song, sometimes two songs, but you like that song. So back then you had to go to, the tape store. Back then they used to have mom and pop tape stores and, record stores and all that. Nowadays you don't even have that no more. It's just, Best Buy, where you would buy your CDs at this point. But back then there were a lot of, mom and pop stores. So the whole point I was trying to make, as I digress here, buying the tapes where you could record music was so cool, because you would just have all the songs that you wanted to hear. Now you can't even, it's hard even finding the blank tapes to record. I don't think they even carry them no more. I haven't seen one in years, but blank tapes, man, were cool. Very cool. You don't have you don't have those no more. VCRs were always good too, because back then you would buy the blank VCR tapes and you would able to record all your favorite shows. Me, I used to, big wrestling fan, and I was able to record all the house shows, all the wrestling events, TV shows, and I would watch it over and over again. Now I know you have the DVR, but that DVR really stays on your TV. Like, how do you even record it to tape now? It's hard. The VCR, man, just gives you so much memories, so much collection that you have that I was able to do from like old, even like news stories, which are classics. You have it on tape. Yeah, I know you could go to YouTube now, but it's not yours. It's not part of your collection. Something new that you go on the internet. Having those VCRs, you were able to, record your favorite shows and your cartoons, man. They don't make cartoons like they used to. Back then, you recorded your old cartoons. There's so many tapes I have of of cartoons and shows, which is hard to play now, because if your VCR breaks, you need to find a VCR. And where are you finding a VCR? It's hard to find, don't you think? Pajamas. Pajamas need to come back and play. You're really hard pressed to find pajamas. Like a real pajama set now. Really, a lot of people don't use the pajamas no more. I'm talking like pajamas, like if you watch Three's Company, Jack Tripper was always in his pajamas. Pajama shirt was buttoned, and pajama pants. These are very key, because I find myself personally, when I'm not, being that it's hard to find pajamas, usually you're just hanging out in your shorts and your short sleeve shirt at home, You don't have pajamas to change into. So what I find myself doing is I find myself falling asleep on the couch. By the time I wake up, it's like already 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, super late, and then you have 4 or 5 hours of sleep before you have to wake up for work, to get to work on time. If we had pajamas, if we had something to change to as grown-ups, I think that's when we would start to get ourselves prepared to go to bed. Being that we don't have that, myself, and I think a lot of you, you're like, I'll hang out on the couch. I'll go to bed soon. But when you put on those pajama pants and the pajama shirt, it's like you're already making that commitment to go to bed. And you're giving in. Pajamas would do us all a great favor. You know what I don't see as well? That would have helped me as a kid. Even a kid, even as a grown-up now. Because I don't know, sometimes, I don't know about you folks, sometimes I tie my damn shoes and they always untie. And then being that I have 2 left feet, not literally, but, figuratively, I'd probably trip over my feet, or there close to a few times I tripped over my feet because my shoelaces were untied. Who am I kidding? I probably did trip because my shoelaces were untied. If now I know they're not the biggest fashion statement, but they need to bring sneakers back that are shoeless and you have the Velcro straps. Those need to come back because it will help clumsy people like myself not tripping over their own feet. And that, my friends, is a fact. Listen, now I know it would be a huge commitment to bring back those type of sneakers because they're far and few between. But if you just do it like in a color, like black, let's just say. Black would sell because you could pass, if you ever seen those sneakers before, they can make it where it doesn't even look like a sneaker, but like a shoe. So it's like you're getting a 2-in-1 combo. You could wear it as a sneaker and it could pass as a shoe for all your work needs if you have to dress in shoes going to work. Bring back sneakers with the Velcro straps. Those shoelaces. It will make life a lot easier. Or you single guys out there, or even if you're not, even if you're married, or even for the female out there, you females as well. Back in my day, I remember when I was growing up, whose father or mother didn't have a pocket comb? Yes, a pocket comb. And it was a simple pocket comb. It had about 10 of those. It was like a black comb, and it had about 10 of those little rods, what's the word I'm looking for? The little lines, black 10 lines going across. And that pocket comb was good because sometimes your hair is messy and you need to comb it to make it look nice. What happens if you're outside and the wind blows, your hair is all over the place? You take out that pocket comb that's very small. They were very small. They fit in your pocket. You take it out, you look like $1 million. Pocket combs. And far and few are you going to find pocket combs. Usually, you find pocket combs nowadays. Sometimes, I find them in the weirdest of places. I usually find them at 99-cent stores, but that's far and few between, is the pocket comb. It will make sure that we look A plus at all times, and I probably need a pocket comb right now. Pocket combs. When you get older, back then you really don't. When I was growing up, when I moved out at first, I really didn't care about home decor. But now you are older and you care about how your house, your apartment looks like. So I got the Venetian, the blinds, Venetian blinds, yeah. You know, the long. It comes with a stick, and it has 12 blades, I guess, or 12. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. The 12, little big things, Venetian blinds. You know what I'm talking about with the stick. You you turn the stick one way, the vinyl blinds open. You turn it the other way, the vinyl blinds close. Now, for the life of me, as I'm so damn delicate, and they always seem to snap off. And what I find myself doing is having to go to Home Depot to get the replacement blinds. In the 80s and in the 70s, they had the long, thick drapes. You know, the long, thick drapes that would cover up any bit of sunlight humanly possible. Bring back the drapes. Save me the frustration of going to Home Depot. Now, when you bring back the drapes, you can make them a nice color. You can make them, a color that matches the core popular colors. Brown, burgundy. It would fit. It would be great. It would be a huge comeback. It blocks all the sunlight on sunny days when you don't want too much sun. And you have a lot of peeping Toms out there. Those drapes, man, you can't see anything through them. Get rid of the drapes. Bring back the drapes. Get rid of the Venetian blinds. I don't want to keep on going to Home Depot and Lowe's. What else needs to come back? Hungry Hippos. The board game. There's a lot of board games that still stuck the course of time. But Hungry Hippos, man. It had four or five hippos in a circular motion. And it was a simple concept. And you had marbles in the front. And the goal was to get the most marbles for your hippo. This game I've looked at. Toys R Us. All the board game stores that you could think of, it's not there. This game will make your friends enemies. And it's very competitive. And you will break a sweat, no matter what age you are. And you could just play this game for hours upon hours upon hours. Again, I thank you for taking the time to look at this video. Check out my other two channels, the Tom Brand 1. It's a comedy channel, Chat Roulette, Smarkchat if you like sports. They're all funny, I promise you. One last thing before I leave you. What needs to come back is Reebok the Pump sneakers. Now, you could have it come back as high tops or low tops. Because with those pumps, what they were made by Reebok. I don't see them that often. I don't see them at all. What it is that it was like a basketball shoe. And it had a basketball emblem on the tongue of the sneaker. And you pump that thing up. And as a kid, you pump that up. You felt you could do wonders on the basketball court. Heck, as a grown-up, now, I'd buy those pumps. I'd pump those things up. And I'll probably feel that I could jump high, very far. And that would solve a lot of my commute problems getting to and from work. You know, some things that are on the verge of, being not around that really need to come back. I hope all is well. Please share this video. Leave some thoughts, leave some comments down below. And until next time, adios, over and out. See ya!